Hi, welcome to Qlikview. Today, in this session, we are going to discuss about QVD creation. It is nothing but storing data in Qlikview own format, right? So, Qlikview stores information it will fetches information from data source to RAM, and then it will do the calculations on the fly. That's why we experience it faster. While loading the data, there may be transformations required. Okay, so in that case we do staging the data, means we'll write a QVW to fetch data from data sources, and then it will store the information into QVD. Okay, and we will pull data from QVD and then prepare the data model, then we'll hand over the data model to the UI. So if we use this three-tier architecture, okay, one is source QVD, another one is data model, then the final one is UI. So user will get uninterrupted access to the application, and the background work will goes on very smoothly, right? So let's start creating the QVD. So for that we should have some data. So here I'll be generating some data. So let's write the script. So I'll be naming my table as a sample table. Okay, and let's create the script load, and I'm giving row number. So there are two functions, row number and record number. Row number will fetch the row number, and record number is the record number, right? Row number and record number are not the same one. So row number indicates the serial number, record number indicates so which index it is having in the source. That is what the record number. Okay, right. So let's make it as row number as serial number or S and O. Okay, comma, and we have to rename it, right? Let's make it as. Then I want to generate as characters with these row numbers. So CHR of row number as character, right? And I want to run this, or I want to generate number of records. So how many number? Let's make it. So auto generate will generate the records automatically. So it will. I mean, it is. This is like a loop. So let's create 1 million records. This is 10,000, 1 lakh, and a million. Seems to be, yes, million, and close it. So then what I have to do is I need to store this data, the sample table data, into a QVD. Let's store this data, okay, into sample table dot QVD, and then specify the file format. It's good to specify, then end this. So after doing this, it's better to, I mean, if it is if you are writing code for source generator, source QVD generator, it's better to drop the table because you no longer require this. So the problem here is if you won't drop the table, the data will exist, remains exist in RAM. Okay, until you close the application completely, right? And in this case, so what I'm doing is I'm not dropping the table. Okay, let's save the application, make it as QVD, make it as QVD gen, and save it and reload. So now it is generating, it has generated. And then let's go, sorry, let's enable the keep the progress open, right? So now let me reload it. So it has fetched the lines and then it has generated a file. Okay, so where this file has stored by default, it has, I mean, the file will be saved, created and saved at the location where your file is, I mean, where your QEW is existed. Okay, in our case, it is desktop, QV training, and QEW. So here you can see the file size is 10 MB. Sample.qvd. If I'll open this. Let me open this. Open with more apps. Let's open this with Notepad. Right. So here you can see the XML header. Right. You can see the information. So which application, I mean, which QEW has generated this QED, and when it is being created. This is nothing but metadata. And what are the field names are there? You can find here. Right. So what are the fields you can see here? Number of symbols. Okay, serial number, bit offset, weight, something, I mean, field information. That's a metadata, and then the coded format of data will be stored here. So basically what it will do is it will assign a lower ASCII value character or number to each and every record, so that it will get low, I mean, it gets low weightage in terms of memory occupation. So the data will be compressed. So that's why people will refer, like ClickView will compress data to 10 times, I mean 1/10 of its size. Okay, if it is 100 GB, they'll say it is 10 GB. So ideally it won't have, I mean, it should be happening, but it depends on number of unique records existed in that particular DB or table. Okay, this is how QVD will be created. And now here is the thing. Let's go to settings, go to document properties, and you can find some. I mean, sorry, let me open first user preference. So here you can see keep orphan QVD buffers. So what is this, right? So QVDs can be QVDs can be generated automatically by ClickView application. How it will happen is, so now we are generating the QVD manually. Okay, so if we want this QVDs for temporary users, in that case we'll go for buffer load. Okay, so what that buffer load is, so here we are writing this store statement. Okay, if I do it as buffer load, so what ClickView will do is it will reads the information and it will stores automatically into a QVD, right? The file name will be assigned automatically by that particular application, and it will be saved in a particular location. Let's reload it. Okay, and close. And where we can see that, so go to settings, user preferences, and if you go to locations, there you can find QVD buffer. So here your QVDs will be stored. So now we have just created a QVD, right, with a buffer load, right? So where C colon users hurry app data local. Let's take it as modify. Sorry, not modify it. Let's go to C drive users hurry and as the app data folder will be hidden by default. App data and what is it? App data local click tech clickview buffers. Local click tech QVD buffers. See, it's 911. We just created a QVD. So if I open this, so you can see the information. So the QVD gen.qvd has created this one. This is a buffer load, right? So once you close the application, it will, this so QVD will be removed. Okay, and if you want to keep that even after closing the application, you just have to place keep orphaned QVD buffer. Okay, then this will be the buffer QVD will be saved. And so this is what the buffer a buffer load. The QVD will be automatically generated by the QlikView, right? If I remove this and let me enable this, so what is the current size of the QVDs? It's 86 KB, right? So if you go to settings, user preferences, there under save tab, you will have the compression, preferred compression format. So it will be always high. So let's make it none. Apply. Okay. Now reload it. Close. So still the size is 10. So and let's change it. User preferences and compression is medium. Okay, let's save. If you enable save before reloading the application, this the QlikView desktop will automatically save the application. Okay, now let me reload. Right. So what this user preferences save option compression will do is, so it will saves the information inside the application with the compression techniques. Okay, if you make it high, that will be a default one. So if it is medium, it will uses less, I can say CPU CPU power uh, to do the compression mechanism. Okay, that's what it will do is. But what people will assume is, so this will reflect, people will assume like this will be reflecting on saving the QVD. No, it won't, right? So this is just a myth, right? Okay, and so this is all about QVD creation in uh, scripting mode, right? So let's see how we can create it from front end. Okay, so if we have an object, so here we have an object. If I right click, we will get some properties. Okay, so what it will, these what these properties are. So first one is will open the properties, and next one is adjust the column to the data, and next one is makes the column width into the required um, I mean, no, it's not required. Actually, it will make all columns into a similar width, and then sort will sort, select possible select, and select excluded will exclude the select, and select all will select all the things. Okay. Then now let's make it to send to Excel. What it will do? It will send data to Excel. This is how the data will be exported to an Excel sheet. Okay. Let's go to QlikView again. Copy to clipboard. Export. So if you want to export anything, you can export it, or else if you're using desktop, you can click on export. So here you'll get QlikView export file format. So if you want to save the data, you can save it in QVD format as well, right? So let's do that here. Click on export, we'll get QVD format here. Last one, QVD data format. You can save one field value into QVD from front end as well, from export option. So this is how we can create QVD, right? So thanks for watching the video. Please do subscribe. Thank you.